Hey, good morning, everybody. Oh, well, it's about noon. This is Monday Musings, and, I haven't played with tags for a while, and I'm spending my January just kind of painting some fun things and doing some fun things. Let's see if I can show you. Here is what I painted this last week. See if I can get a close-up here. I'll put a picture on there. This is a really old design by Sandra Malone. So I had a fun time doing that. But what I wanted to show you today is that let's go back and do some things, some fun things that I haven't done for a while. And I hadn't done any tags for a while. So that's what I decided to play with. And this is a tag I made last night. I have a picture of it. Here's how the background looks, and I have a picture of it with before the stamps and embellishments, so you'll be able to see what the background looked like. But I just took a plain manila tag, and I used I used some Tim Holtz spray stains, and I used Forest Moss and mustard seed. I don't have them all, so I just had to use what I have. And tumbled glass, and I also used picket fence, and I just kind of played around. First I sprayed the tumbled glass and the mustard seed, and then I sprayed the forest moss, and it was really darker than I wanted it to be. That's the dark areas in there. So then I just sprayed the picket fence on, and that really lightened everything up. And so then I played around with dripping some water on it, and then I also took the top of the sprayer out and just kind of did some drips and things. And then I put some more of the blue on it and just kind of messed around until I got to this thing that kind of looks like a little bit of a verdigris granite look. And then I used Dina Wakley's sets of stamps. This one is all the girls but the minis, and I used this one. And you know I'm a Colts fan, right? So we got shellacked. We got our butts kicked last night badly by New England Patriots. So, and I made this tag after the game, so this is what I was feeling. So, here's the, the smirking girl, and the broken heart, and this one is also from Dina Wakley stamp set. And this is a stamp that I picked up from a little store called Paper Tricks in Nashville, Indiana, and it's from Carol's Collection. And it says, well, Lottie freaking da. And that's what I felt like last night. So this is my comment on the way we got beat up so badly last night. Can't stand saying it, but it is what it is. So this is my Lottie freaking da tag. So then after that, I played around some more. And I played with this tag. And I put some of the same colors on there, but I also went for a lighter green, which is Shabby Shutters. And I put tarnished brass on there as well. And I used some stencils. I used, let's see, I think I used 3 of them on here. I used the honeycomb up here with some of the minis. And that one I used mustard seed. And then I used, this one, which is lattice work. I used that one. And I think I used, I'm pretty sure I used the pumice stone on that one. And, let's see, I used mustard seed on this one as well. That's more honeycomb. And in there, too, I also used the heart stencil, but it didn't really come through very well. I used it with worn lipstick. I don't have a mini of that one. But so I used this one right in right in here. Didn't really show up very well, but it's there. And then I used the bigger heart with warm lipstick from that same set, and a sentiment, and I stamped the sentiment with Spice Marmalade. It says, "Where there's love, there is no darkness." First of all, I tried to put it with mustard seed, didn't show up, so I put it up here and used a little darker, the Spice Marmalade. So basically, I'm just playing around with tags. And one more that I started and didn't do anything with yet is this one, and I used the Gothic stencil on it. Let me find that one real quick. It's in here. There it is. This one is the Gothic stencil. And I used texture glass through the stencil. This is a DecoArt product that I dearly love and use a lot. And it's pretty much the same thing as clear texture paste. It goes on white and it dries clear. As you can see, it's just kind of a tone on tone. And that's kind of pretty itself. You can see it is dimensional. Let's see if you could see that. Yeah, I don't know, but should be able to see it. And I let it dry overnight. So then I thought that I would work on that with you. So I want to go back to the, let's see, we'll go with the mustard seed and the tumbled glass. And I'll start with those and with the picket fence. But here's something that I saw on a Wendy Vecchi video that I wanted to show you. So you're going to shake the stains, and I'm spraying them out here on my no stick craft mat. I'm not putting them together. I'm not mixing them together because I don't want mud. And then I'm taking rubbing alcohol, and I'm just going to sprinkle that on. This works. She did this with her, ooh, look at that marble starting here. Let me move this over just a little bit so you can see. And I'm just going to place this down in it. But she did this with the archival inks that are her colors. And she did it with alcohol instead of water, but I just thought I'd try it with these water-based inks as well, just to see what kind of blend we have. So it's starting pretty cool. Don't really have a lot of white on there, so I'm going to spray a little more of it. Plus I'm going to let it sit up a little bit. Put my white in. Ooh. Very nice. I'm going to put some more white down here because it kind of mutes the color, and that's nice. Oh, I'm liking that real well. You know, it's fun to do this, and you get all these surprises. You really, you know, if you do it for the first time, you don't really know what you're going to get. So I like this a lot. Now I could leave that ink on top of the texture. But I can also wipe it off a little bit, and then I'll have less of that white. But I like it. I'm leaving it on, putting it back on where I wiped it off. In fact, I'm going to put a little more on because I like that look. And I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll decorate it. So I guess my message today is to experiment. I believe that when the alcohol evaporates, that it would still have the distress properties of the ink by changing if you spray water on it. So let's do that a little bit. Let me clean up this mess a little bit so I can lay my tag down in it without laying it down in it. This is a dried up baby wipe from last night, but it works. So I'm going to spray, and yes, it does. It still has its, it still reacts with water. So I put some on there, I'm going to hold it up, and it's going to drip a little bit. So yeah, you can do this with water, but you can also do it with alcohol. I don't really know if there's a big difference in doing it with alcohol versus water, but know that you can do that with the archivals as well. Just kind of playing with it a little bit, adding a little bit more blue up here at the top. And then I'm going to put a little bit of that on it. But here's the fun part too, is pull this out and just drip it. I'm going to do it with the blue. And the green. There's a really cool, some areas right here where the white and the blue is pooling together. And it's kind of creating a marble effect, which I think goes along with this Gothic stencil. What it reminds me of is some European fresco walls. So I'm liking that. Let me pull this closer to you so you can see it better. See that marble right there? It's really pretty. So here comes the green. And that's also pulling in those edges where the stamp is. I think I want to try some of the pewter. I also have this, and I haven't opened it yet, so I'm going to have to do that. These things are a bear to get off. I usually try to do them all at once when I first get them, but I didn't do that this time. Okay, shaking. And without really knowing what kind of a spray pattern this has, I'm not going to spray it on there. I'm just going to drip it. Because I don't want to cover up my pretty marbling and fresco look. So I'm just going to do some of this. And yeah, I'm kind of glad I didn't spray it because I see that it's pretty opaque. So I'm gonna grab my little baby wipe again, and I'm just gonna blot some of this. And that's looking good. That's the way to go. I'm dripping it and then blotting it, and I get that metallic in there, but it doesn't overcome it. It just kind of gives me a sheen here and there, and that's nice. So I can't wait to dry this and then decorate it with some stamps and things. And hopefully it'll dry in time to put pictures up. So you all have a great week. Bye.